Well, greetings, my friends. On this cold Friday, they're expecting some snow here in the area, which is very unusual for us here in eastern North Carolina. And I'm out running a few errands before it all comes in. But today I want to talk to you about two men. I'll just simply call it a tale of two judges. They were the last two judges of Israel. These judges were called by God to deliver his people from bondage, and they were the last men before God gave them a king in King Saul. They were Samson and Samuel. These two men had some similarities about them, but they also had some differences, and I want to show them to you today. First of all, they were both born of barren women, ladies that couldn't have children, but God gave them a child that he wanted to use. They were both committed to the Nazirite vow. Well, the Nazirite vow is in the book of the law. There was if a person took a vow, a Nazirite vow, there were certain restrictions that they couldn't do, but they were dedicating themselves to God. They couldn't cut their hair. They couldn't drink from the vine and so on, but they were totally dedicated to God. And so they both had taken this Nazirite vow. But here's the differences. Samson followed after women. In fact, when we read the story in the book of Judges, we see that there were three women that he had relations with or attractions to. But Samuel followed after God. Another difference is that Samson seemed to be constantly thinking about himself. Remember at the end of his life when he was held captive, he asked the Lord to give him strength one more time and to avenge his eyes. I thought that was interesting because they'd plucked his eyes out, and he said to avenge himself, and I thought it was interesting that was what he was concerned. He wasn't concerned about avenging his people, but it was avenging his eyes. So Samson seemed to be more of one that was more concerned about himself, but Samuel was concerned about God's people. The reason I bring about these two men in comparison is that God has called us. He's called all of us for a purpose. He's called us to be dedicated to him. However, we have to make the choice. It's going to be up to us what we do with that call. So, my friends, I encourage you, we can be a Samson or we can be a Samuel. The tale of two kings. Which one are we going to be like? I want to choose to be like Samuel, who is dedicated totally to God and also concerned about the people around me. I hope you will be too. God bless you. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.